Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. It's Stephen here on Friday the 10th of January talking about Manchester City Football Club and specifically a whole bunch of transfer rumours. Another day, another very exciting update to the January transfer window. It's all kicking off. It really is at the moment. And it's fun. It's fun. I really enjoy it. It looks like basically we are getting closer and closer and closer to signing a player or two, maybe a player or three or a player or four. It's very, very much getting there. You can see the updates in live news, basically, as all the transfer rumours come through. Hello to Lawrence in the chat, to Slicky, to Drizzy Dre, to John Barrow, to FG, to Big Danny D, to Yusa and Diaz. You say loving these daily streams. I'm loving doing them, actually, mate, to be honest. It's good fun. Got a football game tomorrow. Boo! Let's just talk about transfers. It's so much more exciting, so much more interesting. Please give the video a like if you are new to the channel. It would also appreciate it if you give the channel a subscribe. Let me see what I'm doing with subscribers right now. I would like to get to, let's have a look. I need 44 more to get to 71,000. So 44 more subscribers. Get there by the end of the day. If you want your transfer videos, subscribe. Get me going, lads. Get me up to 71,000 subscribers. I've got 70,956. So I need 44 more to do it. We can do it. We can do it together. So yeah, I reckon we're getting closer. So I'll go through the updates because I know not everyone is permanently online like I am. I'm very much in the online space always. I can't deny it. I'm there looking at the updates and I'm there going for everything. I'll go through from the start of the day. Now, of course, there's a lot to talk about. I'll start with the Fabrizio Romano this morning, who said that City are closing on Abdukodir Khusanov. Pep gave his green light. As exclusive revealed 10 days ago, he's the main target, and the agreement with Lens is at final stages now. Khusanov agreed personal terms as he wants to move. So Khusanov has agreed the terms. The latest Khusanov update after that was that from Ben Jacobs, sports broadcaster, senior football correspondent, and commentator, blah, 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 said that Lens had now agreed a deal in principle with City for Abdukodir after an offer was made in excess of £30 million. The two clubs are now working on final points, including a potential sell-on clause in the agreement. There was more updates later. This was from Fabrice Hawkins, who's a journalist at RMC Sport, a French journalist. Journalist. You'll know as a reference. Kudos in the chat to anyone who understands that reference. Journalist. Anyway, I'll just give you my respect if you understand it. But Fabrice Hawkins said that Abdukodir Khusanov was not taking part in Lens' full first team training session today, despite being present at the club's training ground. A full agreement between City and League Club is expected today. So there we go. Yeah, he's missed training today, Abdukodir Khusanov. Guardiola didn't mention any transfers, by the way. In his press conference for the Salford game. I don't even know what time the game is at tomorrow. Let me double check. What time is the game at tomorrow? It's at 5:45. I'll do my preview in the morning, I reckon. It's one of those things where I'll do my preview in the morning, but we'll talk about Guardiola's quotes and all that kind of stuff afterwards. Guardiola basically just batted down all the other transfer stuff. He didn't talk about any of it. He sort of brushed it all off. We'll get to that later. So, there was news, by the way, about Oscar Bob and everything getting back. It's good. Anyway, the Lens manager, Will Still, the famous meme guy who got all that unbeaten run, and he went on Football Manager and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, he said he's sick. He was in the gym today and with the others. We're not going to lie to each other. We know there are negotiations in progress with City. If things are moving, we're not fooled. For the moment, he's still here. And if things were to move, you'll probably know before me. He went home because he's really sick. If he's available, he's in the squad versus Lava. He'll be in the squad versus Lava on Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, of course he is, mate. Of course he's ill. So he's got a cold today, Khusanov. Boss, honestly, mate, I've just got a bit of a bad tummy today. I can't do training today. No, it's nothing to do with because of my £40 million move to Manchester City Football Club. It's nothing to do with that. Of course it's to do with that. We all know that. So, I mean, even the manager knows that. They're not stupid. It's very obviously all kicking off, City are going to complete this, we all know it. It's bollocks. It was going to happen. What was the latest after that? There we go. It came from, this is very reliable, Paul Hurst at the Times. He covers Man City, Man United for the Times. And also Peter Rutzler, London Football Reporter. Very reliable, Paul Hurst. I consider him like a really high-level gammy ankle in it. Yeah. Oh, man, I stubbed my toe. I stood on some Lego and it really hurts, you know. Oh, I don't feel good today. I had a curry. Anyway, he said that City are closing in on the signing of Khusanov for a fee that could rise to £42 million. Absurd money, by the way. So talks are at an advanced stage of a deal that would involve City paying a down payment and further performance-related add-ons. Uncle Goldfish, is coming down with something. Absolutely, mate. Oh, my neighbour crashed his ice cream van into my swimming pool. And my dog's scared and threw up, so I've got to look after my dog today. You know, it is, boss. Can't come in today. Can't come into work. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, yeah, so he said up to 42 million. That's an awful lot of money. That was an hour ago. And then Fabrizio Romano started talking about Vitor Reis. We'll get onto that in a minute. So basically, that's where we're at with Khusanov. Khusanov is going to happen. It's absolutely nailed on. He's already at the I'm not going to training. They're not going to training stage of this deal. So that is going to happen, clearly. Nicholas, I'm good, mate. Thank you very much. I hope you're all good. Has everyone had a nice day, by the way? I've had a long day today, if I'm being honest. I'm not good. I've been in a bad mood today. You know, some days you're just feeling miserable. I've been feeling miserable today, but I'm all right. I'm all right generally. Like, just annoyed at the world today, you know. But anyway, the transfer news is cheering me up a little bit. Khusanov, it's not grumpy. Yeah, it's all right, DZN1, mate. Don't worry about it. Look, the ice cream is not savable. That's what caused it. I say grumpy a lot now because it's obviously a very clear emotion to define for Ruben when I'm parenting. Are you feeling grumpy? You know that I mean. So grumpy is an easy word for a child to understand. So I've been feeling grumpy today. We all have those days, absolutely. We all do, mate. We all do. But yeah, this Khusanov stuff. The money's a lot of money. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's worth every single penny of that. What I could tell you is that it depends on the structure. There was some rumours that would be around 30 million quid up front, then the extra 12 million or whatever, 10, 15 million, whatever it would be. Maybe we do mint money, Blue Moon. Maybe we do. Yeah, but the extra bit will be based off bonuses, add-ons, performance-related stuff. It tends to be if the player plays a certain amount of games and is involved in a certain amount when City win the league, they'll get that or whatever. A few million here and there. If the player stays and does this, if the player opens up a business and opens an ice cream shop, he'll get another million. I don't know. I don't know what I'm on about here. I don't know. It's just nonsense, basically. But there's always an addition, you know. Like... It'll be the first Uzbekistan international to ever play in the Premier League, by the way, which I find fascinating. The Uzbek tax, yeah, absolutely. So, like, yeah, Diaz, you're right there. Much love to you, Odin, as well, my friend. So I do think this is going to happen. It'll be done inside the next couple of days. He'll probably be a Man City player by Monday, I reckon. It's very clearly very good money that Lons aren't going to turn down. 42 million, it's a lot of money, man. I feel like it's mad because it was 20 million a week ago, but now it's doubled in price. That's the Man City tax. That's the January tax. That's the Jorge Mendes tax. So it is one of those things. That's where we're at right now. An awful lot of money, but City rate him, Viana rates him, and I'm hoping it's not a Mangala situation. Mangala situation where, you know, we're sort of hoping that this potential can adapt to the first team, because that was an awful lot of money, Mangala. This could be very similar. But, you know, maybe he is the guy. Maybe he has got that natural raw talent. Maybe Guardiola will turn into a world-class player. 20 years old, barely played a lot of French football, 42 million. There's a lot of money. I can't sit here and tell you. The Mangala debut was brilliant, by the way. It was Chelsea, wasn't it? Costa. 1-0. Aguero scored the winner, right? At the Etihad. And he bullied Costa. I'm pretty certain that was the Mangala debut, for what I remember. I think I was there, actually. Is that right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm pretty certain it was that. My mind is foggy these days. I can't fully remember. But yeah, I do feel that City are being fleeced a little bit in terms of the fee, the way it's rocketed up. But if City, you know, yes, that was the debut. Okay, yeah. But yeah, if City want to get this done now in January, they're probably going to have to, you know, accept it. It's one of those things where I do think, though, if we end up paying 42 million, it's probably because he's ended up being worth it. So I'm reasonably relaxed at that. It's not like we're going to pay 42 million up front. If he never plays for Man City, it'll still be an expensive flop, don't get me wrong, but it won't be 42 million to flop. It'll probably be 25 to 30 million flop, which is a lot more palatable, we can take that, can't we? So it wasn't just him anyway. Khusanov is going to happen. Khusanov, a young defender, blessed with physical pace, blessed with strength, blessed with aggression, but also raw, also young, lots to improve on, But look, maybe this is a change of tact. I hope it's not small time. I hope it's not like, look, with all due respect, the Brighton model is great, but your Brighton model is great if you're Brighton and you don't want to win the league. I hope it's not that. I hope it's somewhere in between the Man City model and the Brighton model. We don't know until it happens, because City aren't usually the club to develop talents. They're usually the club to sign talents, But I do trust Hugo Viana's got an eye for this. I do trust Cheeky's influence as well, Guardiola's influence. We're going to have, centre-backs, 4 centre-backs back again. Kvaratskhelia, I can't pronounce it. Kvaratskhelia. Yeah, we're not going for him, are we? I would love him at City, don't get me wrong. But no, I don't think we really need him either for what it's worth. We'll see. But yeah, this player, he's got a lot of quality. One of those things as well. Let's talk about Vitor Reis. I'll go through the Vitor Reis. Someone threw me off with the pronunciation on a video yesterday, saying it's pronounced Hayes with H. So now it's thrown me massively. Thanks, GTA Opinion, for your update. After the 70th World Cup, what are you on about? That's I don't know. Vitor Reis. Anyway, go back to Vitor Reis. I'll go through the news from today. What's going on? City want to make him an immediate first-team player. Where's it gone? Apparently, as of last night, they were discussing the date of the transfer. I'll go for the latest updates today. What's that coming to my head? No idea. Anyway, where is it at? I saw some updates earlier, and I'm trying to find it right now. Guardiola didn't talk about Marmoush if you just joined in, by the way. He didn't talk about anyone. He shot it down with a straight bat, as you'd expect. Anyway, this was breaking 3 hours ago. Palmeiras intend to keep Man City target Vitor Reis for the FIFA Club World Cup and received no official proposal for the player, says club president Leila Pereira. Pereira said several European clubs are interested in him. At the moment, there are only soundings from clubs, no official proposal. He has a contract, but if there's an interesting offer for Palmeiras and the player, we will sit down and talk. I want to say the information coming out is not correct. Palmeiras is in no hurry to sell. There's an extremely important tournament for Palmeiras and we need Vitor. So I didn't really know this, but apparently Brazilian clubs really take the Club World Cup seriously, and they're very excited for this Club World Cup in the summer. So it's one of those things where I think it's true that they want to keep him. I don't really think they've got much sway in this. I don't really feel, the City are going to let him stay if they want him as a first-team member now. The money talks eventually. There was a bit more of an update after that. Now, according to... Where's it gone? Fabrizio Romano an hour ago. So this is the latest from Fabrizio Romano stuff. He's very obviously fed stuff, isn't he, Fabrizio, from agents and all that kind of stuff. So it's clearly the latest. Anyway, Fabrizio said an hour ago that City have presented their formal proposal to Palmeiras and Vitor Reis. Essentially, City have now bid for this young 18-year-old Brazilian wonder kid. It's not an alternative option to Khusanov, who's set to join City soon. Basically, it's in addition to Khusanov. Reis has agreed personal terms with City, and clubs are discussing Vitor still loan at Palmeiras until July. Right, okay. I'd be amazed if that happens. Bid rejected 3 minutes ago. No idea where you got that from, DB. Let me just refresh that. I'd be amazed if he stays at Palmeiras until July. I think that's what they want. Maybe that's what he's been told. But I think the way that they'll spin it is based on money. They'll say, look, we'll give you an extra few million to get it done now. Look, they know what they're doing with these. They'll have to sort of do a January tax. Ben Jacobs has just said it, has he? Let me find Ben Jacobs. Let me go find... Ben Jacobs said the bid has been rejected. Let's have a look. Where is this Ben Jacobs geezer? Oh, Ben Jacobs said 22 minutes ago, City have seen their opening bid for Vitor Reis rejected by Palmeiras. However, talks ongoing. City's still optimistic. Palmeiras hoping he stays as part of any deal. Yeah, look, I think it'll happen. I really think we'll get both of them, and being honest. It's one of those things where I see like City are very, very clearly up for aggressively changing their squad right now. I think we'll get him in January too. I think City have come out, like, they come out swinging. Like, I don't really think City would put this money out up front, 40 million, 30 million, whatever, all this money now if they intended for a player to stay on loan until July. It's not, I wouldn't do that. I think it's almost neglect, you know. Of course, they're going to regret the thing. I don't think you'd pay 40 million and let a player sit on loan somewhere and to play in a tournament that you're also going to be in too. To me, it's absurd. Like, why would you let him play against you in your own tournament and all that kind of stuff? No. You get him now. You get him in learning, because you've got Guardiola for another 2 years after the summer. You want him to have 2.5 years with Guardiola, not 2 years. I just don't see the logic behind it, especially given the fact that, you know, we can't keep Ake fit. We can't keep Stones fit. Kyle Walker is absolute dog right now. You know, he's terrible. So I just don't see why, if you could get Reis and Khusanov in now, you wouldn't do it, you know. 2 million up and coming star in Magnum, mate. I accept that deal, mate. I could do a 2 million. I'm skint these days, fellas, so I would take that in a heartbeat. Yeah, I know he's not the biggest physically, Jason. He actually reminds me of John Stones on that front. John Stones wasn't the biggest either, don't forget, at one point. So yeah, I understand the fact that the concerns about his physicality, but I'm not too worried. You know, he's only small, but he's not small in size. He's just small in stature. He will fill out. He will grow into his shape at some point. The most important thing for me when I look at him is he's broad enough. He's got the shoulders for it. That he'll grow into him. Young Stones was lanky. You know, let me find young John Stones. Like, he was at, like, there we go. John Stones was quite a lanky lad, as you can see there. Like, the kit hung up, like, literally fell off him. Like, Vitor Reis seems very much like that. He was only a young lad, you know. He still had the shoulders for it, as I said, but he was slender. He'll grow into it. Like, I've never done any exercise whatsoever in my life, and I was naturally bigger and stronger at 23 than I was 18. You just stuck out as you become an adult. Like, the physique changes, doesn't it, as you get older? There we go. I mean, look at that. Like, that is very clearly very John Stones. Like, you can see that, like, clearly very similar in stature to John Stones. I go back to Stones there. I mean, it's almost like, it's uncanny, actually, I would argue. Where is it? Where's it gone? There's John Stones. And I go back forward to Reis. Let's have a look, see if you can find it. There we go. I don't know what's going on here. So that very similar physically. Very similar physically. So, yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. He'll be absolutely fine. He's just young right now, so we have to be patient. 18 years old, already big, unless it's some, like, sort of natural phenomenon kind of thing. He's got plenty of time to grow on his side and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not worried. But the one thing I will say about him is he looks absurdly talented. Really, really talented. Like, I really like him a lot. There was also a Marmoush update today. I'll go to the latest Marmoush update. Omar Marmoush. God, it's so much fun to say. Omar Marmoush. Jamie Jackson, Ed Aaron said they may accept a €60 million plus offer for Man City target. Omar Marmoush. Look, I don't put much weight in Jamie Jackson and Ed Aaron's, even being totally honest with you. More Ed Aaron's than Jamie Jackson. But would I be happy if they find a DM from the Brazil league? No, absolutely, mate. I am not leaguist in the slightest. I don't ever really fully buy into, he comes from that league, he won't be good enough stuff. I think footballers are good or not good. I don't think where they play is often that relevant to the talent. You know, there's brilliant players in every single league in the world if you know where to look. So, look, I think the Brazilian league is one of the hardest leagues in world football. It's physical, it's aggressive, it's hungry. There's such a cutthroat feel to the Brazilian league. Like, Brazilians don't tend to struggle. Well, you know, like, largely if they're good, if they've been playing top flight football. I know someone will go, what about Keiki? He was never playing top flight football. Keiki was playing like the third tier. He was like a youth footballer. Whereas, you know, Gabriel Jesus was playing for Palmeiras. It's one of those things where, you know, he was playing regularly and he came in physically strong and he was absolutely fine with Premier League football, because if anything, it's a very good sort of learning school, you know. And I just don't see Did Murillo? Yeah, Murillo came straight from Brazil. Look, the Brazilian league's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's strong. It's aggressive. It's full of talent. And once again, it's hungry. Like that league more than anyone in the world. It's a hotbed of football talent, and it's also physical and aggressive. And like defenders are tough in Brazil, and wingers are kicked. We'll see, but there's no guarantee any player comes in. And anyway, it's never about where they play. It's all about in here. It's all about that hunger. It's all about if they want it or not, if they're aggressive. And I want players with bite, man. I want players with that dog in them. I want players who are front-footed, who want to win, who take responsibility. And that is always the question. And there's players who take responsibility in the Scottish League. There's players who take responsibility in the Slovakian League. There's players who take responsibility in the Dutch League, the German League, the Australian League, wherever. You just have to find him, and you have to find the talent for him. So I don't care where they're playing. I care if they're good enough. And I think you can, if you know what you're doing, if you're experienced enough, you can see a player who can adapt to it. Look, I can't deny that, the step up can be a little bit much at first, but the real talented players, they get there anyway, So that's where I feel, I want warriors in, and I think the City are looking to sign these. Like, I don't mean warriors as in everyone is going to war, because you have to have some calm heads. And look, Vitor Reis doesn't look like Google pronounces Reis as Hayes. Vitor Hayes. Okay, I'll say Hayes then. Vitor Hayes. I'll call him Vitor. Vitor isn't Diaz. He isn't aggressive, but he reminds me more of like Stones or something like that. And Saliba, once again. People like defending, so yeah. But I like the idea of signing youngsters. I think City are in a good place right now. I think there's a lot going on. And things feel good, man. Diaz back in training. Oscar Bob back in training. Guardiola said there's no worries about his fitness or anything like that, because his bones healed. Fitness. No worries about muscle injuries. No, they're not worried about anything, because it was just a bone and the bone's healed. So they feel they feel that he's just fitness now in terms of running on the pitch and getting his stamina back up, and after that he'll be fine. I think at that age, Oscar Bob's age, naturally fit, he'll be available next weekend. I guarantee you. He'll be available next weekend. Like, I don't really feel that Oscar Bob is the kind of guy who will struggle with fitness and sharpness. I might be wrong there, but some players are just naturally fit, naturally slender. It's not muscular, it's a bone. He'll be fine. So his twitch muscles will be all right. He'll be nice and sharp and fast still. And I think he'll be back. He won't be back tomorrow. Too soon, but after that, look, City have got Brentford on Tuesday. Probably not Tuesday, it'll be Ipswich, I reckon. I don't think he'll be involved against Brentford on Tuesday, but I reckon he'll be back for the Ipswich game in the squad. I don't think the injury would have messed him too much. I mean, it's a bone, a break, and the breaks heal nicely, so we'll see. Who do I think is best now, Abdukodir or Vitor? I couldn't tell you that, mate. I'm more excited for Vitor Hayes, but I couldn't tell you who's best right now. I'm not an expert enough. They're both playing in very different circumstances. I think I'll guess. I can't tell you, but Vitor Hayes looks more well-rounded, but Khusanov looks a little bit more physically adept. We'll see. But I do like where we're going with this. I still honestly believe that City will go for a right back or a defender. Right back, or midfielder. I think it'll happen. I think there's a good chance that City go for someone else. I do think we'll go for a midfielder. But you will see. Guys, I'm going to leave it there, unless anything else happens, Wait. Where are we at with subscribers? 400 people watching, 87 likes. You can do better than that, guys. Come on. I need 39 more subscribers. Log into your backup account. If we can get another 10, 15 subscribers inside the next few minutes, I'll stay on a little bit longer. Yeah, I'm all good, Nico. I hope you're okay as well, mate. I always remember City won the treble. Bang on, mate. I'll read through some of your comments, actually. Aiden said, I hope the injury doesn't mess him. He'll be all right, mate. Philosophy, which is Nico, said, either way, Guardiola will play him 1 or 2 times. I don't need to be negative about there. What, Bob? No, Bob, mate. Bob is absolutely going to play. Guardiola loves Bob, Khusanov reminds me of Kolarov mixed with Ruben, warrior with the Eastern mentality. Well, I hope he works harder than Kolarov. Kolarov is a warrior, but also a lazy shite, mate. I didn't love Kolarov like everyone else. I liked his attitude in general, like off the pitch, fun, blah, blah, blah. Stood up for his teammates, but that man jogged back. I was in the Clichy over Kolarov camp always, but a lot of people didn't really share that. I thought Clichy was a better player. Kolarov, more technically brilliant, but yeah. Love your channel. Been following for 6 years. Cena, thank you so much, mate. That's a long time. Big love, pal. Yeah, LJ, I think you're right. They will complement each other. You've got a Diaz there, and you've got a Stones type there as well. Marmoush, no, I don't think Marmoush will be on the bench. I think he'll play in a variety of positions. I see Marmoush playing... So do you know how like Alvarez last season was sort of playing as a 10, but he was playing as a midfielder, but he was also always really up close to Haaland, and De Bruyne does it now as well. I think he'll play there a fair bit, which is very, very similar. Yeah, I appreciate Kolarov. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but I think Clichy was better, more reliable. If I had a young Clichy, young Kolarov, I'd choose young Clichy every single day. But yeah, I think he'll play off Haaland every now and then. He'll play on the left a little bit. He'll play on the right a little bit. But I do think he'll play a lot more central than we realise sometimes. I feel like with De Bruyne leaving, Foden not finding his current form, I think Marmoush is very happy playing close to Haaland, because you got to bear in mind, like, Marmoush is currently playing in a 2 right now already. He's playing off Ekatike, is it? I can't pronounce it. He's playing off him an awful lot in a 2, so it's one of those things where I feel like he'll play there an awful lot, alongside Haaland every now and then. Kolarov scored 3 kicks, he did, but it didn't work. 36 more subscribers I need now to get to 71,000. We can do it. We can do it, guys. Come on. The problem is he just didn't run back, mate. So if you're going to be a wing back, he never tracked back. Haaland might play tomorrow against Salford. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah, and they're both project signings, these guys, Khusanov, Vitor Reis. But we'll see how it goes. Guys, we're going to leave it there. Been live for bang on 30 minutes. I'm going to go spend some time with the family in a bit. Love you all loads. If anything major happens tonight, I'll go live again, because Nicola's at home right now, so I'm okay. So I've got time to go on live again. For now, though, we'll leave it there, unless anything else happens. I probably will see you in a bit, I reckon, at this rate, because news is constantly happening. If a deal is agreed or announced... But the latest, by the way, is that Reis has agreed terms with City. Khusanov. So, in a nutshell, if you're just joining right now, but you were here for the start of the video, Marmoush, as it were, really, City negotiating a deal. I think that'll happen. Marmoush has agreed with Man City personally. Khusanov, it looks like City have potentially agreed a fee with, or close to agreeing a fee with Lens. Khusanov wasn't in training today, which is obviously a mad coincidence. He was poorly, apparently. He's fine. So that's going to happen. Vitor Reis, Palmeiras want him until July for the Club World Cup, but City are negotiating. Had a bid rejected, but negotiating. I think City want him in January. I think that'll happen too, if I'm being honest. I think there'll be a few million thrown their way to get him now. So that's where we're at right now. Curtis said, do we have to worry about one of Stones or Walker leaving? Both, mate. I think so. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I think there's a good chance that they both leave. Like, if this is like looking forward to next season, if I bring them over here, I think there's a good chance next season it'll be like this, where I think Stones will be gone. We'll have Diaz and Reis, and then we'll have Akanji, Kus, I'm going to put Khusanov, and then this will be, I think there'll be new right back Enrico. I think it'll be that. Then I think over here we'll have, I'm just going to put for now Josko and Ake. But if Ake goes, it could be a new, I think it'll be something like that, basically. I think it'll be something like that. And obviously then you've got Simpson Pusey as well. You've got the young American lad McFarlane who's joined, the EDS. He might get good and be a good left-back option. I think it's going to be something like that. I don't want Stones to leave, but I expect he's getting older. Walker's gone. 1 billion % Walker's gone. I think there's a chance that Ake goes as well, for what it's worth. Even though Guardiola... No, I don't think there is, actually. I think Guardiola has come out and talked about Ake being brilliant and loving him. So I do think there's a good chance that Ake stays, if he can stay fit. But I think Guardiola might hope that, if Ake doesn't have to play as much, he might have a chance. So, but I think it's going to be something like that, Don't be surprised to see Reis or Khusanov play right back and we sign another centre-back. I know it sounds crazy, but it'll be something like that, I reckon. So, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Love you all loads. Subscribe, like, in a bit. Bye-bye.